Okay, so here I am on another Enshrouded, and today we're going to be looking at what I would call a very forlorn and desolate tower. So we're in the middle of the Redwoods, or the Revelwoods at the moment. Let's have a look at the map. So as you can see, I'm here on the ancient spire of the Revelwoods, and the location you can see is almost directly behind my character at the moment. See, I'm going to do a before and afterwards, as always, so you can see what we're dealing with here, what you will have to deal with if you come here to try and either replicate or even build your own, build your own bases here, or homes. So I think this one will definitely speak for itself. The potential for it again is amazing. You could do all sorts with this. So rather than yap on about it, let's go and have a look. You can see the tower directly in front of me. We're heading towards it. Just beyond that is the Alchemist Tower. You can see down in the shroud there. So I'm sure many people will have you've already found this tower probably. If you've been playing, you already have seen this place. You've passed it. It's near to Lush Acres, I think, which is one of the farm areas. So here we are on top. As you can see, this is already looking quite decrepit and run down. So let's head downwards. I'm going to scoot through this as fast as possible, and hopefully let's put some light on the subject. You should be able to see. Now I've already cleared this place out, so you'll already see that I've put I've put a flame shrine down. So that way you'll, this place was already cleared, so I'm not going to run into any rodents, any fell creatures. That's already dealt with. So we can just have a quick through here. As you can already see, there are holes in the wall, bits of wood everywhere. A few of the neighbours left here. So as you can see, there are plenty of little nooks and crannies and niches here. And obviously, there are a few chests. So, if you put your flame shrine down here, make sure that you have cleared this place of all of its little goodies. So, like I say, plenty of little nooks and crannies here. I'd like to say these are balconies, but my goodness, they are very tight, very slim. It's hard to call them, balconies, to be honest with you. But the views from this place are absolutely spectacular. As you can see, I've already put a flame shrine down here. As I say, that was to help clear the place. Now, this has quite a few outer rings, so on this outer ring here, you can see this is devastated with this rubble everywhere. So, potentially, unless you're leaving it a decrepit ruin, you're going to need to rebuild all this, remove all of the rubble, which is what I have done. But it's a really beautiful location. A lot of work, quite a few materials needed here. But again, the heart of the Revelwoods, and the Revelwoods is one of my favourite biomes, I would say. It's a beautiful place. I love the sort of, red leaf trees. They look beautiful. But as you can see, you are going to be in for an awful lot of work here. So let's head downwards. And one of the things I love about this place is the space. So not only does that tower look, I think it looks fantastic. If you want that for your player character, you can turn that into a real, you can absolutely use that as your, either as your base or your character's house, or whatever you want to do with it, really, with your mage, a ranger, archer, warrior, whatever you are. It's very usable. And like I said, there is actually plenty of space here. So when you look at the tower, you might think, well, there's not a lot of space there, and you'd be right. But that's why when you come down here, there is a lot of space down here. Now, if you were to do like a necromancer's tower, you want to make this creepy, you want to make this, it even comes with your own workbench, which I left in. And yeah, as you're going through here, you'll see there is actually plenty of space. So let's head through here. I'm not going to tell you what's normally in here. You'll have to come and clean it out yourself and see. But once cleaned out, there is an absolute ton of space down here and things that can be used. I mean, if you wanted to, and there still isn't enough space for you, you could absolutely sort of dig this area out. A level 4 altar, a single level 4 altar will cover all of this if placed in the place that you see above. And that will cover not only the crypts below, but obviously the tower above as well, because you don't want to be halfway up the tower and missing it. As you can see, there are a few locations here. There was the chest upstairs, a couple of coffins, and also, this one. So, like I said, make sure if you're going to put your flame shrine down, make sure you remove all the goodness and all the very nice things that you want to. As I said, absolutely tons of space here that you can use. Another coffin that you can open. I think there's one, not that side, one as well. Yes, so you can, open up a few of those coffins, get some, hopefully get some goodies from those. Obviously, that will be dependent upon the level of your character and also the level of the area you're in. So it is more of the level of the area you're in. But even so, pick up a few of those niceties, avoid the spikes there. And I must say that even if you have a level 4 altar, you can't get rid of those spikes. They will keep coming up like that and they will keep stabbing you. So you will have to find some workaround for those. So that is as it stands. This is the tower. Like I said, you could dig it out further down the bottom here. You can remove bits and pieces. There is an awful lot of space here, and considering there are now 22 NPCs in the game, you could make space for them all here, still have them roaming. Obviously, I do find sometimes with the NPCs pathing and stuff, that can make it a little bit awkward. But largely, I would say it's a very good place. Plenty of space, very usable. So that is about it. This is the lower area, final courtyard if you like. And then obviously it goes to the outside, and level 4 altar, as I said, it will stretch to the outside. So if you wanted, because obviously, it would be difficult to fit an awful lot of farming stuff in there, but if you wanted to do the farms, you could quite easily have something going on the outside there. Right, so with that, let's head on. Right, now I'll show you what I've done with it, and hopefully this will give you a few ideas of what you can do with the tower, how you can rebuild it, and then you can turn it into what you want it to be. As I said, whether you're a hunter, a mage, a warrior, this place is nicely positioned. It's in the Revelwoods. You've got access to the shroud, access to plenty of materials, and you're not going to arrive here early game, not at all. But again, you wouldn't be too far into the game before you got there. But here we go, Ancient Spire Revelwoods. Let's head over there. I think my character last left, I was at Pike Mead before I left this one. Now, if I remember correctly, and that's a big if I remember correctly, we are heading not that way. Yeah, I was about to say that way. Now, I'm going to do it from the top down, just like I did, but there you go. You can see it's there. I think you can already see that part of it is rebuilt. So, without further ado, let's head over to it. Yes, I have updraft. I think with the Ghost Glider, you don't necessarily need updraft to reach this tower. Obviously, I've just used it to gain a little bit of height there, but as you can see, it's very unnecessary. So let's not hit the fire towel. There we go. Right, and he did. Oh, and he did. Let's not hit the fire. And he comes down straight on top of the fire. Oh, there you go. It's going to just show you what my depth perception is like. So this is, as you can tell, last time we landed here, what a mess. So it was decrepit, it was broken, and I've done my best to build it up. We have a nice little, fire at the top here. that you can set at the top. As you can see, there's a nice little seating area. Look out at the view. Of course, put the drink down to the side there. No, that would have been better if I was sitting the other way, wouldn't it? As you can see, it's a nice little seating area up here. We have this huge bonfire at the top. This little lounging area. From up here, you can sort of really see some of the views here for the Revelwoods. Very beautiful. You can see I have banners at the top. And up here, we also have a table. There's a basket there filled with corn. Ready for corn on the cob. Little fruit bowl on the table there. Drinks ready to be served. Okay, now let's let the decorations speak for themselves. Now this is very tight. Wish I could have made this just a little bit bigger. Again, not a lot of space here. Turn this into a storage area. This would be a place where you could, again, store all of your books, manuscripts, other such things that you might have. There's things that you don't necessarily want out on display, but you do want to keep. Very hard to show you anything in here without the character getting in the way. But as you can see, there's many boxes, barrels, and things in here to show it's a storage area. Of course, you could use it for many other things, I'm sure. Even have, you know, a secret door just there, or in any places like that. Valerie the Bard there. As I did say before, I was not impressed with the mini outlook kind of, I call them balconies. Very hard to call them that. Just here we have a dining room. This is the room just above the kitchen. I love the fact you can put food and drink on the table now. Let's have a look. I've decided that balconies was a great idea, and I've decided to extend the balconies and turn them into proper balconies, thus affording a great view of the Revelwoods and the areas surrounding. Of course, really, you could put these balconies anywhere. You could put them higher up so you'd get a much better view. I personally decided to use these little areas already that were carved out and just extend them out. As I say, turn them into a proper balcony, opposed to just a very tiny little niche in the wall. As I said, a level 4 altar will cover this entire area, crypts, and the tower above as well. Emily Frey, working hard here in the kitchen, preparing meals. And again, we have baskets full of peppers to the left there, tomatoes, corn. And obviously when I rebuilt this area, I've changed all of this to grass. I wanted some nice sort of flowery grass area, people to sit out on, a place to relax. And I've used the hedges and bushes from the Black Mire, also the Black Mire statues in the corner. Tried to rebuild the arches as best as possible around the outside. I use some of the flagpoles here and placed a straw roof over the top of the table. Give them some sort of cover, either from the sun or from the rain. This area doesn't seem to have too much rain in it, thankfully. Welcome to the workrooms. Plenty of space down here for all your benches. Well, until they add a few more. The snakes are a little bit tall for this chamber, so we'll have to sink them into the block slightly. Be fiddly, but it can be done. Storage, as usual, at the end. All of your materials. Magic boxes, because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to keep running to the boxes to gather stuff or items out of there. I'm at a level where I can create them. Where do they all sleep? That's the question. Well, I'm sure you've guessed it by now. If there is one thing about these animals, I do find that they do get caught here occasionally. You have to keep picking them up and moving them. Again, pathing is not always perfect. When it comes to NPCs, I have not found a game yet where pathing is perfect. And in Exiles is a brilliant example of that. And yes, the original workbench. May notice I've removed some walls. replaced others. As I said, there is plenty of room down here for you to build or turn it into whatever you want. Here we have a miniature armory and display room. We do have his and hers bathrooms. Since there is so much space down here, obviously I've turned this into more of a sort of a barracks or dormitory area, probably. And these lovely new dividers give them that little bit of privacy, even if they are in the same space. Their own wardrobes, just to place their clothing and items. They have their own cabinets next to the bed. There's really plenty of room in here if you're not, you know, thinking about doing too much decoration. In here, you could easily fit more beds if that's what you wanted to do. And obviously, if you really wish down here, you could really open up space in here and even give them individual rooms. They may be small or larger as you wish, but there is plenty of room for expansion in this place. I wonder whether these bars are up to keep things in or to keep things out. Either way. Then remove some of them. I put them there for effect. Each alcove is roughly like this. I've decorated each of the bookshelves there, or from the hollow halls. Place a sarcophagi just inside the rooms. Just inside the wall, sorry. Again, I'll do the same here and just remove that. I can always replace them afterwards. As I said, there really is plenty of space down here. You could easily extend, make this into what you wish. And obviously, when we did the original walk round, you know that I've blocked that wall off. Place that sarcophagi in front. You could quite easily extend this. There's more rooms beyond that, so you could easily use any of this. Create more bedrooms. Turn this into the workroom area. Really, this amount of space, you could do whatever your heart desires. Oh, to the gardens. And I don't mean the recreational gardens where we sit and eat peacefully. I mean, it's getting stuck. As if to illustrate my point, the chicken comes running up the stairs. As you can see, you won't have a great deal of room planting here unless you really create one of these whole inner courtyards into gardening. I personally placed these small gardens here. That way you can grow a few plants. You may be consistently farming in order to get the amount you need, depending on how many recipes and how many buffs you have. I also placed in these lovely red leaf Revelwood trees as well. Because personally, I like them. Target practice. Be careful when we turn the corner in case we get shot. Wouldn't that be amusing? Be the same without the Vuka ritual shrines down the bottom there. They always give a very good blessing. Well, worth having one of those before you go out. Basket full of mushrooms. And what could be better than having a few gnomes out here in the garden, brightening it up, giving it a bit of colour. Here we are, back at the beginning. Like I said, if you don't feel like there's enough room in here, all of your gardening needs, well, we are in the middle of the Revelwoods. And there is enough land out here for you to use. You could always do your farm beds all the way around the outside if you so wished. That way you'd have plenty of room for farming, plenty more room for crops. And yes, the altar does extend that far out of here. And you have all four sides to do it on as well. As I said, plenty of room for expansion, whether you wish to expand outside of this tower, inside the tower, inside the crypts. As I said, not too difficult to reach. Not very early game, but early game enough. And you could definitely use this in whatever capacity you wanted. So with that, that's what I did with this very forlorn and very desolate tower to begin with. And yeah, I hope this gives you a few ideas, you know, and yeah, I hope you're able to turn this place with a bit of hard work into what you want. It has a lot to give if you're willing to put into the work. Either way, that's this one done. And wherever you are, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very good day. Bye for now.